Hello, everybody. How are you guys? It's time for the 5 worst skating rinks in Des Moines, Iowa. Now, if you're a resident of Des Moines and you want to go skating, this is the time of the year. I'm shooting this in December. So let's look at 5 you're going to want to avoid, guys. The first one is Freeze. Freeze skating rink. It's over there near the Clive area. Now, what's the problem with Freeze? It sounds like a lot of fun because it has a wintry type of feel. Freeze, right? Well, the problem is they're going to freeze your credit when you go in. And so you won't be able to access a lot of the information you need to be financially independent. So what are they doing freezing your credit anyway? That's only something you can do. So they have to ask you to do it just to get in the building. Now, that might be something you want to do on your own, but just to skate a few laps around the rink, forget about it, guys. I'm going to say avoid that one. The next one is Smooth. Smooth skating rink, right? They tell you that they have the best ice surface in Des Moines. They not only run it with one Zamboni, not 2, but 3 Zambonis. The last 2 are minis. They go around real quick. But nonetheless, that ice is smooth. But you know what else is smooth? Is that they're charging you $70. That's a smooth like a criminal. I don't have $70 to go do a couple laps around the rink in my old hockey skates that I can barely get on because I'm fat. Forget it, guys. I'm not going to do it. Now, number 3, skating rink right down there on the south side of Des Moines is cumbersome. Now, this is interesting because they totally admit that their entire approach is cumbersome. Because not only do you have to pay to get in, which just seems normal, but you have to be able to recite a poem by Rudyard Kipling. And guys, I don't know if you remember any poetry by Rudyard Kipling, but I don't. And so it's cumbersome to pull it up on your phone or bring in a document, bring in a book, and read it to the guy at the desk. Now, here's the interesting thing. They don't care. Just like many retail operations, the frontline workers don't care. Because why? Because they're getting underpaid. And so why should they care? They're tired of Rudyard Kipling poems, guys. And as a result, the line is like 4 or 5 blocks long. And I've heard stories of people just passing the same book to the person behind them, the same Rudyard Kipling book of poems. And then that person tends to read the same poem. So you can imagine the person at the front desk, their brain is like that. So, guys, I'm going to say avoid that one. Now, number 4 on our list is Hospital. Now, Hospital Skating Rink is right over there on the northeast side of town. And what's great about them is that if you had a mishap, God forbid, hey, I'm carrying 50, 60, 70, 100, and 150, maybe 300 pounds more than I should. Okay, so if I had a mishap, let me make it personal, then I would want some medical care close by. Well, they not only have medical care, they have a whole hospital. The hospital is built around. It's an add-on to the skating rink. So therefore, you're getting the best of care because it's customized to the skating population. For example, let's say that you had to have your skate actually cut off your foot. It was that bad of a foot accident. Well, they've got special skate cutting scissors. So it's that kind of thing. So that is great. But here's what's interesting. My insurance doesn't cover it. I turned it into my insurance guy and I said, hey, I had a little accident over there at hospital. Oh, he said the skating rink. I said, yeah. He said, well, you're out of luck. Your policy doesn't include old guys skating. Okay? And they ask you to sign a waiver when you go in. So there's nothing I can do, guys. So I'm going to say avoid Hospital Skating Rink right there in Des Moines. And the final one, number 5, Spark Skating Rink. Now, this is great because what they'll do is they'll turn out the lights and they put little metal fragments around the ice so that when your skate hits it, it sparks. So if you get a good kind of going, all of a sudden you'll see all of these sparks. It looks like, guys, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But here's the problem. I tend to wear pants that are a little bit too long for me because I don't like the belts cinched too tight and they kind of fall down. Well, that little piece of cloth dangled into the spark trail. My pants caught on fire. Now that was a show because the lights were still out and the people that were watching for safety, well, they weren't watching, okay? So there I was, and my pants are on fire. I don't even know, and the smoke is coming out behind me. Guys, I mean, it took a chorus of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 people screaming, fire, fire, he's on fire, as I raced around the ring. Now, I thought they were applauding me, right? So I gave it a little bit of extra kick, because some of them were attractive ladies and I wanted to look good. But I was on fire, guys. So, I think they fixed it by now. But I'm going to say, to avoid that, don't go to Spark Skating Rink in Des Moines, Iowa. Things could happen you don't want to.